Hey. This is the most beautiful place. I sit here and I listen to the noise outside, and I find it so incredibly comforting. The buses, the motorbikes, the dogs, the calling out, the neighbours upstairs. Each noise has a story behind it. A story of laughter. There's so much noise here. A story of sadness. A story of hard times. A story of tears. That is what is so beautiful about any town, is the cacophony of different stories of suffering, laughter, success. And in Buenos Aires, it is like a melting pot of life. It's like the cordial of culture. The Argentinians, I'm told, came from Rome, and they're very Italian in their communicating. There's a lot of pizza places around, and the language sounds Italian. I love the sound of the Argentinian Spanish. I don't know how anyone could be sad here. I suppose they are, but for me, this place is such an incredibly inspiring place. Motivating isn't quite the right word. It's inspiring. Amuse. In the morning when I get up and walk along the streets, there are groups of people huddled around little makeshift tables and chairs, and they sell their nuts and they sell their cakes. They're very big on cakes, pastries. And they stand around laughing and gesticulating around these beautiful pastries that look full of honey and spices. And the aromas, the smells around the town are so strong and so aromatic, so spicy. It is just a poetic experience that I'll never forget. I'm so happy I made the huge effort to come here. This whole recording is going to be so full of noise. When you listen to the noise of the cars and the buses and the trains and the planes, I want you to think about the meanings and the stories behind the noise, and how we're all part of something greater. And there is something very beautiful about culture. And the culture in Argentina is like thick, sweet honey. Someone's turned on tap. It's sweet, it's thick. It has that beautiful texture and just pulls you in. I've completed the skeleton to my book, and I have the different chapters. I think I'm calling it One Mum's Path to Peace. I think I say through ASMR, prayer and chocolate. I have not had the time to sit and think like I do here. Sometimes I just stare into space. I've written myself a life plan about where to go to from here. life is that incredible balance between being in the moment and appreciating, tasting the moment we have right now, tasting it, and the balance of looking forward and planning towards your next goal. It is a very careful balance. There's someone outside my door. I wonder if they're going to knock on the door. This morning I got up early and I went out and I just had to have cakes. And I went out and I picked 5 cakes. And the Argentinians, they're so curious and they were watching me and I couldn't speak a word. And they were saying, "How many cakes do you want?" And I said, "What?" "How many do you want?" They said in their beautiful accent. And then they figured out I had no idea. So they all came up and they were all trying to help me and they were all busily making suggestions and trying to teach me about the money. And all getting in there and having an opinion on my 5 cakes. And it was just the most wonderful experience. I want to keep coming back here. I feel so embraced by the culture and the people. They've been so lovely. If you've been looking at Facebook, you'll see the story of the waiter. The waiter and the desserts he handpicks for me, and the drinks and the meals. And I will never forget the story of the waiter. So beautiful. So I'm going to continue to write my book and go walking each day, and I go to the gym. I go to the same restaurant. Of course I have to, because of the story of the waiter. And I feel so much lighter, as if I can breathe and think and decide and dream. And I feel like all my dreams will come true being here. You must come here. You must come to Palermo, Buenos Aires. I must come again. Thank you for joining me along this journey, this ride of change. My life is never going to be the same again. I feel like Hey, well, a woman came to the door. A woman came to the door. I can't speak Spanish, and she cleaned the room, so it's all nice and clean now. The story of the waiter. It's so exciting. I'll have to tell you about it. I've put a little bit about it on Facebook, but so exciting. He ran after me when I left the restaurant and gave me this handwritten, where is it? Letter. It could be a movie. It's so exciting. So, keep in touch. You must come here. This is so life-changing. It is so beautiful. I love Argentina, the people, the culture. Be well.